You need a plan for Storm. We just played against Storm, and I feel like we have 2 main deck Spell Snares, which are going to help a lot against Storm. I'm not too worried about it. We just this was the matchup we lost to as Storm, so it seems like Izzet Wizards is probably going to be a good place to fight both Nadu and Storm. So I want to keep working on that one. Lizard Wizards. Maybe we should have had a Dragon's Claw or 2. Please, I'm too weak to be mutagenic growth here. I feel like they did a great job designing Flage. If I had to pick best design card in MH3, it might just be Flage. Party Thrasher seems weird. It's just so important to be able to Flame of Anor on turn 3 in this metagame for value. Being able to Flame of Anor, kill Nadu, draw 2 cards, kill Amulet, kill Ral, draw 2 cards. It's so important. And like Thrasher is like Tamiyo and Thrasher are just the best 2. But I agree that it's weird. Guess I'm just gonna do this. It's also, new card. Let's test it, but pretty cool there. If you don't play Invert Polarity, can this be a Mutavault deck? I hate Mutavault in these decks. I understand that people have played it with Flame of Anor in the past. I think it is bad. And not only do I think it's bad, I also think it is not good. Well, sure, I'm glad they're playing Commercial Districts. -1 point for Commercial District and plus 6 life points for us. Because they could have cast this Lava Dart. Should have kept that card on top so I could have convoked out Flame of Anor. Let's discard second Thrasher, I guess, and then find Attune the Narrative. So I could go Snap. I mean, I'm just Flame of Anor and Tune, I guess. Should probably just leave this back also to block Swifty. Might be light on win cons without the channelers, though. I'm glad I left this back to block the Swifty. How has Tomato been performing? I've been liking Tomato. Did they? They chose land with Harvest, really? Okay. Gonna flashback the darts. They are not. Snap Bolt with Counterspell up seems pretty good. I can also alternatively tap land with Snap Bolt up and just play Tamiyo. It's really, really, really bad if they have mutagenic growth. If I go for the Snap Bolt line, so I'm gonna do this. Tamiyo Flame. I guess we could also Flame, yeah. But I think it's kind of good to just hold up. Tamiyo hold up mana in general. Isn't Snap Flame line with mutagenic growth? I wasn't thinking about Snap Flame. I was thinking of Snap Bolt hold up Counterspell. Flip Tamiyo's text against aggro. I mean, yeah, Tamiyo's just good. Tamiyo to Flame would have flipped Tamiyo. Yeah, I don't know if we like really wanted to do that. Yeah, I just being able to block with Tamiyo seems so nice. Although the last card being Bolt is fine, I guess. We'll just flame. And they can flashback the dart and hit me for like a decent amount, but I didn't shock at the Steam Vents, which matters a lot here. If they flashback the dart, to go to 9 and then down to 6, but then they have no cards in their hand. I'm kind of surprised that they're not flashing back the dart, but that's okay. So I can't bolt and bolt snap bolt and hold up counterspell. And I think it is prudent to not lose to Underworld Breach. Yeah, I think we probably lose this game if they don't have Commercial District in their deck. Obviously, that's going to happen sometimes. Bolting the Questing Druid? How's Amtraptor felt now that you're in an open field? So Amtraptor is very good in the Boros deck. The Boros deck has been worse with Nadu combo, and Ruby Storm being like immediately 2 of the top decks in the format. And so I think Raptor is still very good in decks that meet its restriction, and bad in decks that don't. And I think that the Boros deck is likely one that can be very good in other metagames too, if it's not going to be one that's good in this metagame. Inheritance with the Twitch Prime, thank you so much. Last turn could have flashed and snappy, targeted bolt, and blocked and not casted bolt. Well, we will cast it when they dart my Snapcaster before blocks happen, because that's what would happen instead of me being able to block. And it can get very little tricky if they have another spell to get the Swift Spear up to 4 toughness, right? Did they forget Gigantha? Yeah, me and Dingo didn't build Ruby Storm together. I built it on day 1, and then I've been tuning it this week. Or I built it on Monday. Tuesday? Tuesday. Neither of us expected Ruby Storm to be a breakout deck, but Ral and Ruby are so much better than Electromancer and Brawl. It's like unreal how much better both those cards are. So I can kill my Snapcaster so I don't get the 2 cards. I think we're up enough on cards as it is. Yeah, they should definitely have bolted me here. It's a big punt on their part. But I understand the urge to not let me draw cards. But I'm just up so many as it is. Can almost play the second Amulet this turn, since Snare counters kind of all the scary cards. But yeah, I think Wish is correct in Ruby Storm. It'd be good to save the Snare. I think it doesn't matter that much. Spellbomb for Sanctifier as Wish turn. Yeah, maybe. Open to it. Not that I'm complaining, but I think I like last 10 draws or have been spells. Just pointing it out, not complaining. Just wondering where the lands are. 1 or 2 copies of Urbrask. I would not play Urbrask, just way too expensive. But a chance to play Ugin's Labyrinth. I played a lot of Ugin's Labyrinth. Sometimes, but usually in Eldrazi decks, but we played against Affinity as well this morning, and the card is very strong, but there's a lot of hate cards that wreck you, which is good news, I think. Here's a land. So I have my opponent dead to Snap Bolt. Since that deals 5. Nice power level upgrade. Power level errata to Snapcaster Bolt. It deals 5 instead of 3. So I think I'm going to cut the Invert Polarities. Bring in the Scoldings. And probably just the first Hearse. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about, like, closing games, but yeah, Amulets just do a lot of damage. Invert Polarity seems like a sideboard card for big mana. Maybe. I've been liking it well enough at the main deck, but no removal spells, no second land. We got the draw with like some big toughness creatures, but let's mulligan. Not convinced I like this hand more. I think Burn can play Amtraptor. Yeah, you can. I think playing Amtraptor and Burn is probably worth doing if you don't want to play Flage. I think it's between Flage and the 3 drops first Raptor, and you just probably need to test both. And it's surely going to be a great pain to play test both in Burn because I don't know how much it's going to meaningfully affect your win rate. Pam with the 5 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Arcanist in this list over Thrasher. Arcanist is bad. It's got 3 toughness instead of 4. It's just mattering more with Galvanic Discharge being pretty popular. And it just doesn't have enough to flashback. I have played Arcanist and I've played Arcanist in Izzet Wizards and felt like the card is not good. And so I'm not very interested in going back to that build. So if I don't counterspell something, maybe I can just get the Snapcaster in and flame. Raptor has 8 bad hits between Riftbolt and Skewer. Well, you would want to just probably be Mardu Burn and play Bump in the Night. And just not play. You would not play Misses off Raptor. Yeah, maybe Gonti's too. Is Snapcaster mediocre in general for the same reason Eldarmry is your spell costs 2 more? Yeah. Although, like, at least Snapcaster is a 2/1 creature instead of doing nothing like Eldarmry's Call. But you know, Snapcaster was unplayable in Modern for a very long time, and then they printed Flame of Anor, and then Snapcaster became good again. It's like Flame is so over or undercosted for what it does. Like 3 mana, deal 5, draw 2 is crazy. And flashing it back for 5 is also very good when it comes to the 2/1 body. Like that's a really good rate. So yes, Flame of Anor saves Snapcaster. Flame of Anor Genius Design. Yeah, when I saw the card, it was exactly worded like this, and I was actually like, I suggested maybe making the 5 damage, either like 3 that can go to any target, or 4. And I feel like 5 was just so much, and I still kind of feel that way too. But now then they printed Shieldred, and I'm kind of happy it's it's like this. It is Show Off and a Mire, and they kill my Snapcaster. Yeah, Tamiyo being a wizard is also a huge deal. Four damage makes non-wizard version of Flame so bad. I mean, it's already... Let's be real, it's not very good already to play a non-wizard Flame of Anor. Alright, I think I'm going to kill the DRC and hope for the best. That participate in One Ring decision making. So when I saw the One Ring, it was a 5 mana. I remember that it was 5 mana, I believe it had indestructible, and it had text on it, but the text was super unimpactful. It was not anything like it is now. It basically had it was like a commander card that wasn't even like wouldn't have even done anything in commander in a modern legal set. And so I did make the comment that it was, I think, a waste, a shame that the One Ring was such an iconic thing and it did nothing. And I said I gave the feedback that the ring should be better, and then they designed the ring as it is, and they did not show it to us. And the rest is history. So yeah, I'll take full blame. I'll take full blame. All right, let's go to game 3. That was our second game. Thrasher was pretty good game 1. Just honestly, just two mana 1/4 wizard is pretty good. How many times you get feedback? I consulted on Lord of the Rings and Assassin's Creed. I said no to MH3 because they wanted me to go to Seattle for 6 weeks and wouldn't have been able to stream. And I haven't been asked since, and it's kind of fine. Do you remember what it did? I can't remember. It was like very truly unmemorable. It was just it would have seen like no play even in Commander. But it's on a mold to 5 or mold to 6. It was. I don't think it drew cards. It did. I think it might have been an equipment, but I don't think it was an equipment. Would I quit Pro Magic if they offered me a job? No, they just keep laying everybody off. it's it. Working at Wizards does not seem to be a career with a lot of job security. You know what I mean? Opinion on the upcoming Assassin's Creed set. I liked it. I think that it's very small set. When it's not gonna be a big impact to Modern. I think the cards that do impact Modern would be pretty cool. Got to keep that. Yeah, it is very funny to say that streaming is a more stable career than working at Wizards of the Coast, but that's absolutely how I feel. If they're gonna lay off Paul Cheon, and if they're gonna lay off Paul Cheon, and if every quarter every corporation has to lay off people, if every quarter everybody has to lay off people to like make big numbers go bigger, it seems to be more secure to be a streamer, which is very funny. I don't know. I will say I would like love to work for Wizards in the sense that like it would be super fun to design cards and like hang out with other people who love Magic all day. I think it would be very fun, but I also love streaming too, so I'm not like wanting to switch either. Do you think Twitter's overreacting about Nadu? A little. It's week 1, and it's to me it's unclear, is Nadu combo going to be the new Leyline Sign of Draco, where it's beating everything for like a week or two, it's doing very well for a week or two, it's hard to interact with, and then people build their decks around it, and all of a sudden it doesn't seem to do very much at all. I think I want to counterspell this turn, can flame next turn. Even if they kill Tamiyo, I can flame just because I have untapped land on top. So it's unclear to me, like it's unclear to me what's going to happen. If Nadu is going to be here to stay, mainstay of the format, or if things are going to adapt and Nadu will be very beatable. I think it could go either way. At the moment, it looks like there will be a Nadu deck in Modern, and then it has to compete with Yawgmoth. It has to be. We'll see like how well positioned, what the metagame does. Like there are not a lot of interactive decks in the format. Although this Wizards deck is maybe very good against Nadu. So a kind of long-winded save. I don't know. Oh, Lava Dart Unholy Heat by Tamiyo, and I just get to untap and cast another one. I guess I could just go Tamiyo, Flame of Anor, kill Torment's Crypt, draw 2, and then flip Tamiyo. If they sack the crypt, I still get to draw 2 because I'm targeting myself. Flame of Anor seems super good in post MH3 Modern. I mean, it was good before too, but it's also good now. Cards from MH3, they still plan on testing, haven't really talked about. I mean, yeah, I want to play every single card, kind of. I don't think I want to play Trident Wavebreaker and Prowess. I think that card just doesn't make the cut. Basking Broodstale combo is something I want to do. I've had a few drafts built of like Eldrazi with Basking Broodstale combo that I kind of have just gone other directions when I've played Eldrazi on stream, but I would like to play that deck at some point too, yeah. Seems like I should just Galvanic plus Tamiyo probably, and that can hold up either like clue tokens or I would probably just draw 2 with Flame if they didn't play anything. Essence Reliquary, Saga, and One Ring. I've played Essence Reliquary with Ring. I haven't played it with Saga yet. So I guess it's best for me to spend 0 energy and then Galvanic Discharge the Channeler on their upkeep, but I can also play this Amulet now. Do you think Nadu is good in Infect? If I was going to play Infect, I would play the 4 Nadu in my deck. I would not register Infect. Unfortunately. I think I'm going to go for the ultimate. It's got no cards in their hand. They do have a Dart in the yard. Kind of scared of an Underworld Breach. Is Retort Laboratory unplayable? I think so, yeah. The card taps for colorless in a deck that is playing a lot of colored spells. Okay, good top deck from our opponent. They could hit Mutagenic Growth. They did not. They hit Slickshot Show Off. So our Tamiyo plus, so the Show Off is attacking for 0 until... Unless they flashback darts. They're darting... I'm at 17, so yeah, I guess they're darting the Tamiyo, then they're going to send in for 2. Riptide is super cool. Like I don't like telling you that it's not good, but I do like to be honest. So let's play Party Thrasher. Deal my opponent a damage. And then I can maybe convoke something off the amulet. I can. So I'm not sure if that this will work. Okay, not bugged. Continue to be like just no bugs with MH3 yet, which is kind of wild. Anybody sold on Thrasher now? Looks pretty good to me. It's still a little early, I guess. Saw a bug today. I think they just misclicked, but it was all with the Shadow Prophecy. We should probably test it. Would Manamo work in Jeskai mana base? That's kind of tough, but maybe. Yeah, good flood insurance. Just does a lot pretty well, I think. I think I'm just going to take the land. Guess I should have activated first. Dude, drawing a counterspell off your clue token is like... That's what control is all about. Yeah, we've inverted some polarity today. That's true, the Ral minus ability is good in this deck. No, they had full domain. I think it was probably just I do plan on playing the Elden Ring DLC. I started another playthrough so I could do that. I'm not like very far in though. So I don't know, I might just take my time to get to it. Nothing wrong with that. Do appreciate this card having 4 toughness. Yeah, Tamiyo is a wizard. So like, not only does Tamiyo like with Flame of Anor is crazy because you get to just cast it on turn 3 and flip it, like, and you get to kill something and flip with Tamiyo if you main phase it. with Ruby Wish, when are you bringing it in? Bringing in Veil, it doesn't feel good as a wish target since wouldn't they just counter wish? So you want to get it, you want to wish for it when you think your opponent might have Force of Negation for your Passion Flames. And then you can like Veil to protect against that potentially. Seems like a spot you would do it at least. Oh no, Thundering Falls number 2. My hubris, my greed. Bailed out by Flame of Anor as usual. Thoughts on Essence, Reliquary, and One Ring? I've played those 2 cards together a little bit with Dingo. It's something. I have a mono white list. Like I have that draft of the main deck that needs some work, but I'm interested in like mono mid range that's like a bit bigger with those cards. I've played tested Arcanist before. I think Arcanist is bad in general. Both bad, and I would even go as far as to say as not good. The blue-black Psychic Frog. I liked Bingu's blue-black Necrogoyf Psychic Frog deck a lot. I did build those kind of similar, but I'm really Raptor-brained, and I was trying to build Grixis with Raptor. So let's hold up Invert Polarity. Just kidding. I don't know what my opponent is doing over there. I guess they're just like 4-color Omnath. Cass has always been unplayable, unfortunately. Card's very cool. I know Grixis gamers love her. She has continued to not be playable since she was printed. Why does everyone say Necrogoyf instead of Nethergoyf? I say it because Mason Clark tweeted what you said and trying to correct everybody, but I just think it's very funny. Every time I say Necrogoyf instead, I think of him. All right, so let's not run the Snapcaster out. Maybe we'll go like Invert on top Snap Invert. Invert's probably great in this matchup. Guess playable Commander. Yes, true. We don't talk a lot about Commander on this channel since this is a modern stream, but I agree she seems fine in Commander. It would be a little bit much for me to be like, list every card, every format a card is playable in. But you can assume whenever I talk about anything, it's just in the lens of modern. I think I'm gonna go Snap Tune here. I mean, I saw like a Brian Kibler Commander game footage where he was playing against someone whose deck was entirely tiny cards with an oversized Thraxmundar Commander card, and it was very funny. But I also don't even know what playable Commander means anymore. Dude, Helix? That was a recent episode. Yeah, I just saw that clip on like my YouTube Shorts or something, and it was so funny. Like, I was like, okay, I get it. I get this Commander stuff. It was so funny. Because his main phase could draw Tamiyo. What does tiny card mean? So they printed like promotional tiny cards that are like this big, and they're I don't know which cards are tiny and which cards aren't, but he built a deck that was entirely tiny cards. Wrath the Skies. Yeah, also had tiny sleeves, right? Well, we haven't played with 6 in a couple of... No! Wrong card. They look exactly the same. I've been heads in all day. No! Okay, I would have won so many more flip if I'm gonna start to choose tails. I'm starting to think a Daybreak Coder is one of these tails never fails propagandists. Dude, I could retrace my Snapcasters. That would have been a really nice flip to win. I don't know. I'm gambler's fallacying a little bit, but should I really switch? I just know if I switch, I'm gonna choose wrong. It's more likely on US quarter. Okay, can't use US quarter in paper then. I'm gonna do heads again. Okay, I'm gonna switch to be. I'm a heads main at the moment. I main heads when I play Invert Polarity, but I may switch up to becoming a tails main. I will if I lose this flip. Tails main. I'm a tails believer now. Opponent's so fucking lucky. Now I don't have an answer for the Flage. Yeah, usually I like to play rogue decks. So I tend to prefer to play the head meta instead of the tails meta, but maybe it starts the time to play start to be a long week. Time to play something better. It's 50-50 every time doesn't want to choose. That's what I thought when I played heads instead. But it seems like we were wrong. That's what they tell you as a heads player, but it seems to be tails never fails. We've lost a lot of flips picking heads the entire time today. So they're escaping a Flage. I think I should snap Galvanic and then Flame. Yeah, I guess I could flip a coin in real life and then pick. Don't we invert the Flage? I've already flat snapcasted the invert. Rather than spell pierce the discharge, I guess. Is Rip good against wizards? Stops Tamiyo minus, stops Snapcaster. I would probably play the first copy at least. Okay, so I could. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna Otawara my Snapcaster and discharge the Flage and Otawara this in response to the Flage targeting it, probably. Why not just use 6 energy? Might have been better. I mean, I wanted to draw 2 with the Flame. I didn't know I was drawing Discharge. Okay, so don't know why they're not escaping Flage, but we're not going to complain. Getting a little flooded. I'm going to save this for a Party Thrasher, I think. I guess playing it lets me Snapcaster Flame after Otawaring here. So I should probably main phase the Snap Flame. Because my opponent doesn't have a removal spell now, right? They would have used it already. But if they draw a removal spell, they could stop me from drawing 2. Yeah, if we can draw an amulet, that'll be pretty crazy here. Last card could maybe be, or one of the cards could be Ephemerate, but hard to play around. 3 cards in hand, Flage in the yard. Tune the narrative. What's the best graveyard hit you can play if you're playing Flage? I was playing Hearst in the Boros deck. It kind of depends. Like, can you support Endurance? Endurance might be better. Wait, have fun. Do you have a coin handy?
A coin?
Yeah. I'm playing a coin flip card. Thank you, sweetie. Coin coming in. Okay, weird sequencing, but not the biggest deal. Thanks. I keep choosing wrong on the coin flip, so I'm gonna start flipping the coin to let the coin choose for me.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, so you flip a coin, and you can either steal the card if you win the flip, or you just counter if you lose.
So you're coin flipping, coin flip?
Have I seen or played a deck winning 4 copies of Plays over 3? I almost played 4 in the Jeskai control deck. I feel like 3 is probably better. What's nice about this matchup, besides the fact that it goes, or is the fact that it goes so long, and opponents like are just gonna have like 10 minutes on the clock after game 1 usually. Yeah, Discharge is very, very good. I was at least right about that one. If not, too low on Nadu, too high on Woodland, too high on other stuff. Lightning Bolt confirmed third best 1-mana Burnsville. Yeah, behind Heat and behind Discharge. Still playable. I counterspell your Flage. That's the third time they've escaped it. Okay, I don't want a second Thrasher. Guess we take the Tune the Narrative. We have 4 amulets in our deck. Haven't drawn one yet. It'd be awesome. Pick up here. Okay, I guess let's get in for 1 and hold these up. But it needs 2 cards to get rid of this Flage. I guess if they have no more Surveillance in their deck, they can Flage with just a fetch. Okay. So that's a card in the yard for Flage, I guess. Dude, Flage is just what Uro should have been. There's something in me thinks Nautilus still can't be the good. I haven't seen that much. Yeah, I'm also like, something I've really learned from my MH3 evaluating deck building is and also like to some extent Free Starter Lookout, me initially overlooking that card, is that I'm pretty biased against 3-mana creatures. It's just so hard for me to think a 3-mana creature is gonna be that good in Modern. Do you think Flage is better than Croxa? Yeah, I do. I think it's more powerful than Croxa. The fact that the life gain just matters so much because like you want this card to help stabilize you. Are we fine done saying it costs 3 and unplayable Modern? Yeah, I think so. And if there's maybe I need to go back and look at some other stuff I've dismissed, but it just felt like this for so long that like 3-mana creatures just like they just can't be good. Opinion on Boris Burn in Modern? I think Burn is like pretty good at the moment with how like people are just kind of getting weird, and Burn tends to be good in these kind of metagames. I also may not be able to win this game. Like if all my win conditions are at the bottom, I only have 24 cards left in my deck. I got to deal a lot of damage. But Burn is good, and I don't know if you're. I think you should play 1 Flage, or you should play Raptor, and then cut all the 3s and play like Mardu. Okay, there's an amulet. I'm gonna. Does Amulet trigger itself? No. 1-4 is such a low T-stat. Not a good way to evaluate cards. Alright, there's a Discharge, which I can just cash in for a damage and energy, if I want to. Free Strider shuffling Woodland Shells? Not yet. I've been working on a Free Strider Lookout build of Woodlands, Shifting Woodlands. But the format is also really, the format is like a lot faster than it used to be. Is one big problemo. Is Modern is faster than it was pre-MH3. Sorry, Quindle. It's funny though. Alright, so we've got them all the way down to 19 on turn 13. I'm going to tap this amulet before I see what's going on. Another Flame of Anor is interesting. Discard here. Exile Counterspell doesn't do much. So let's play Tamiyo and then get my opponent down to 18. Convoke out Flame of Anor to just draw 2 cards. Invert Polarity is a nice pickup. Flip Tamiyo. Get in for one, baby. Let's go. How many Snapcasters left in my deck? I don't know. I still have 3 Unstable Amulets. Like, getting multiple Amulets is probably a big part of winning the game. I can also steal something with Invert Polarity, maybe. Yeah, it is weird that some of the Planeswalker flips are mazed and some are. Okay, my opponent assumes I have enough win conditions to finish them off, which I might have been right about that. Yeah, we can grab some bolts and stuff. So we're up a game. Let's bring in the Tidebinders, the flutes, and cut the bolts, probably. Extra win cons with the Tidebinders. Can probably cut Discharge number 4 and Thrasher number 4. Yeah, also Invert Polarity can be a win con, if assuming our coin chooses well. Use the restroom real quick, be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay, got some flutes. We keep. Snare only hits their Wrens. Surely they've got other 2-drops besides Wren. We saw Helix at least. List. You can type exclamation point deck in the chat to get the list. Yeah, maybe we could trim Snare. I just love Snare so much. I don't know. I always have a hard time imagining it being that bad in these kind of matchups. Yeah, Flute stack if you name the same card twice. Costs 6 more. The energy package can make some decks pop off of Timeless. Maybe. I haven't really thought about Timeless in a while, but the energy cards are good. Raptor in a Lurrus deck sounds awesome. Why new Moon Effects the sideboard? I mean, you can play Moon Effects, but I feel like we like the Flame of Anor are really good against Titan. We have Tidebinders on the side for Titan. We have Dress Down on the side for Titan. Invert Polarity is really good against Tron. So it's like, why do we need Moon Effects? My opponent says gross. Oh, they wanted to channel the Beseiju. Well, funny enough, that would have worked out poorly for them. So whatever. I think, because I just have second flute. 6 pretty scary. Kind of flooded. Game 2 not looking so good. I'll thoughts on flute versus needle and coffers. I think I was playing both because sometimes you just want to like meddling mage the card. Doesn't feel super ideal. I've seen the Rakdos Phoenix list that's decent. I've seen Blue Red that's decent. I don't really know how Rakdos would look. Ghost to the 22. Thank you. Welcome back. Make sure you allow Boombust to be elite is truly balanced set. I think it's looking pretty good so far. Ruby Storm's scary. Nadu's kind of scary, but it's early still. Rakdos with Buried Alive. Yeah, I mean, I understand that Buried Alive is the black part of the deck, but like, I don't know what the rest of the deck looks like. Well, kind of good that they went after the amulet. I can still cast the Snapcaster, which is maybe not something they realize. Kind of need to find a Galvanic Discharge. Stat. Okay, things turning around. Well, I'll reset the audio interface. Give me a second. Seems kind of like a worse Ruby Storm list. Yeah, Aimless kind of does the beanstalk thing, where if they kill it, like, you still just get the card. Could have put it in the yard and stepped it back. I would just rather make sure my draw step is a good card, you know what I mean? But maybe it's wrong thinking, I don't know. I love that Flute can make them commit the mana like this. It's just so nice. Obviously, kind of scary if they have another binding or something, but thanks, Blitz. Invert Polarity. I summon thee. We got a coin out and everything. Another Snapcaster? Yes, please. Has Moto been extra slow? I mean, I've just been streaming for 7 hours, so maybe it's tapering off a bit. But it may be about time for a restart. So cast Snapcaster, deal 1, and also me casting Tune the Narrative from the yard will deal 1 also. Let's go. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Belcher today. I haven't put too much thought into it, but there's a million MDFCs, so I agree Belcher feels like a deck that people should need to work on, and it's also the case that they printed Ruby Medallion, which could also maybe be a correct card to play in Belcher. I'm gonna Solitude my Snapcaster. Dude, Solitude sucks. Overrated. You ever second guess choosing Inspiring Timmy for Daybreak name? I really like it. I think it's funny. But maybe answering answering why I have it Inspiring Timmy instead of Spike is maybe gets a little tedious. Yeah. I think white taxes can finally play modern. I think you can build a new mono white mid range deck that probably doesn't play a lot of the same cards that you're thinking of when you think of taxes, but I do have like a rough draft that needs a little bit of tuning. But no moon effects. I just have a plan for Tron and I have a plan for Titan and I have a plan for Urza Saga. So I did not feel like I needed any moon effects. What, the Johnny moniker? I don't know. Figure it out one day. Do you have an advantage in this early in the format from access to all new cards streamer account? Yeah. And I share that advantage by sharing all my deck lists nonstop. When will we have the PowerPoint tier list review and update for MH3? I don't know. I haven't had like a break from MH3. I guess I had a weekend last weekend, but all week I come up stream from like 8, 9, 10 hours. I guess I didn't get up to 10 this week. And then I eat dinner, and then I build decks until I wake up. And I don't know if that cycle will ever change. But it would have... I'll have to wait a little bit before doing something like that. Did I just bounce my amulet? See about maybe bouncing the Flage. Okay, bounce the amulet. I really don't like doing this because it feels like I'm losing this counterspell, but no, I get to keep the counterspell. There's a Tidebinder. Double check I have another island. I should have another island though. Yeah, Amulet's really, really good. How much is MH3 compared to MH1 in terms of impact in the format? think it's all really similar. I think that the power level of MH3 is the highest of the three sets, but it kind of has to be this way to be a big impact to a set with the other Horizon sets. I think MH1 was the weakest, but Hogak and Astrolabe are really, really messed up. Really, really, really messed up, I might even say. I mean, I should probably just Tidebinder into Flame of Anor this. Really? MH2 seems so high compared to MH3? I know it seems that way. I mean, I don't think it's super duper far ahead of MH2, but I think I think overall it's better. Time will tell, obviously. Would you say the strongest but most fair? I don't know. It's early. I'm having fun. I'm playing the decks. I think overall I like MH3, and it is still early, and I'm still trying to figure things out. I think I have one more island, right? I'm gonna play the. I want to play the amulet before I snap something back, because that's 2 extra damage. And I just have 2 counter spells up here. Should be fine. Yeah, MH3 it's definitely a brewer set. It's a set that where it wants you to build a lot of decks and figure it out, which is I'm so happy. How did I get into Modern? What year? Start playing the format? I think I started in 2014. Twin and Pod were legal. I was playing Grixis Delver. I built Beck and Call Elves as like my first casual deck, and my best friend, he was playing Lone Pox. I lost every single match ever with Elves. And I still lose every match with Elves, actually. And then my first competitive deck was Caleb D's Grixis Delver deck in Modern, and I played GP Oklahoma City in what I think was 2014. And I lost my win in the top 8. I've been kind of hooked ever since. I built Twin, and then Twin got banned. I like the week after I built it. I was actually playing Twin when Twin got banned. Nothing more modern than that. Will Mono Green Tron survive? We'll see. Like, there's Storm is all of a sudden really popular deck, which is historically one of Tron's worst matchups. Any verdict on Static Prison? I like Static Prison. Yeah, I want to play a Soaring Azo deck. Apparently, Doom's Nakadal Azo deck is doing pretty good. What was your favorite place in Europe? Venice was just like so cool. Loved Venice. Ghost Quarter Assassin's Trophy, Crucible of Worlds for Ghost Quarter. So I think that deck is good, and I would recommend it. And I don't know exactly how it fits into the metagame, but it feels like Eldrazi is going to be a deck in Modern. Drop the coin. The Smartest Witch, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, welcome. Playing some Is It Lizard Wizards here. Oh, there's only one. Yeah, it was Hayashi. Of course it was Hayashi. Spike, don't you think Historic is more like original Modern than current Modern? No, I don't think that. I don't. But you can like Historic. I played a lot of Timeless lately. Timeless has been pretty nice, but I actually have no idea what Historic is like, so maybe it's sick. It has been going well, Smart Switch. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I'm gonna restart Magic Online real quick. So this is my Spike account. There's an update. I think that's part of the reason for the lag. Part of the process for logging into Magic Online is me turning off the stream so I make sure I don't leak my password because I haven't changed it and haven't memorized it. No trophies today. We've 4-1'd with Jeskai Flage. We 4-1'd with Storm. We lost a lot with the Affinity deck, but just Affinity just always loses. It's just always so bad. And then now we're 2-0 with Is It Wizard Lizards, and we're restarting Magic Online. Do you side out Amulet against the artifact decks, or do you accept attention with Meltdown? Yeah, it's just not even that big a deal, because like you just like draw your card with the Amulet, then it's okay if it dies, but you can maybe trim some number. I also only have 1 Meltdown, right? I had 2, and then I'm like, I need my Emrakul. This update is going really slow. I maybe have fumbled the bag here, but we may have to play really fast when we get back, and we may also time out. Is this during an update during a match? Well, I was just trying to restart Magic Online. I wasn't trying to update it. And if I'd known that there was an update, I would not have done this. How long was my moto up? 7 hours. It's usually okay forever. I go to Harshminter bin. We've been playing a lot of Harsh Mentors in our sides today, although we don't have it in this build, but we've not played against Nadu once. Imagine half a gig update. Yeah, but with my internet speeds, it also just shouldn't be taking this long. Yeah, like, I don't know. I know Google internet speed test isn't necessarily perfectly accurate. But usually it downloads really, really fast. Got a little faster. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Winota could be good. I always feel like Winota has had potential. I agree that Ocelot, Pride, and Ajani are both pretty big upgrades. Probably worse than Yogg and Nadu. We 4-1 with Ruby Storm. I thought the deck looked great. I'm going to play it in tomorrow's challenge, I think. Okay, so hopefully we don't time out. I think it's going to be close. We'll see if this is even any faster. Think about Affinity without Labyrinth. 4 Monkey, 4 Tamiyo, for Emery to enable Amber with Galvanic Blast as interaction. Yeah, maybe. I was working on Mono Blue Affinity with Kappa Cannoneer and the Blue Flare, and you can sack Thought Monitor and Siren Storm Tamer. Okay, so think. Oh, they're playing Nadu. Oh, we did play against Nadu once earlier. Sorry, I said we hadn't, but I actually have. Just pass. Pass turn. Could have been good to just tap the Amulet and get rid of this to try to find a land. Not sure. I think Ragavan is not modern playable anymore. No, Ragavan's playable, but I think it's suboptimal in a lot of lists that you would kind of expect it to be optimal in. But you can still play Ragavan. Yeah, I remember when Ragavan first got printed, it was like in all my tournament decks, and it was so tough. Yeah, the streams have been really fun this week. I've been having a great time. The map Siren, yeah, sorry, not Siren Storm Tamer, the one that makes a map. Because it makes an artifact, and then you can sack to Flare, you get to keep your artifact around. Probably snap the discharge if my opponent doesn't do anything here, and they probably don't want to do anything because I've got this face-up invert polarity, right? Well, let's see if we can invert their polarity. I'm excited to play against Nadu here, although my opponent's draw was pretty bad, it seems. Not that my draw, I mean, I missed some land drops. Okay, sorry, I dropped the coin, which is big punt. I'm just gonna do tails. Sorry, I know we did. I made Esther get the coin. Heads, you lost the flip every time. I'll pick up the coin. They play a halfling, which we need to kill. Yeah, I think you should. I would recommend my last 75 for Ruby Storm, although I might want to play like a Pirate Spellbomb or the other 2-mana Pirate Spellbomb to deal with Sanctifier and Vec. Okay, got the coin. Why not Nadu with Winota? Okay, maybe. Oh, the coin dropped on tails, so okay, would have led us astray. Okay, opponent, do you have a land to not be dead? Okay, they do have a land. So I can pretty comfortably tap out for something this turn, but I guess all I have is Party Thrasher. Maybe sometimes the Nadu decks just draw like this. Let's get the Party Thrasher going. Let's get it started, and ha! I would recommend the list of the Moxford Sly. Can't play second amulet. I think I'd rather play the Thrasher, probably. And then, oh, sorry. Oh, I should have convoked out the second amulet. Oops. That's the whole deck. Now I'll do that. Snapcaster is fun. Is Wish really better than Unstable? Unstable's good. I think Unstable's really good against like the deck I'm playing now. It's good against control decks, but what's nice about Wish is it helps you beat lock pieces a lot better, which I think is becoming really relevant. But I don't think it's super different no matter what you do. Oh, Shifting Woodland. No. No way, dude. I actually... Well, Shifting Woodland back to S tier. I don't have any energy to like snap discharge on the Nadu. Yeah, punish for spending energy. I didn't think I could get punished like this, so I don't know. I could kill the Dryad Arbor in response, but I think what I should maybe do is just like try to counter their endurance because their oracle's in the yard. Spike realizing everyone's freaking out about it. I don't know. I think the deck's good. The Shifting Woodland specifically is like so insane here. So it looks like if I had killed the Arbor, they would have bricked, which is a bit of a bummer. Kill the Construct or something. I think I'm just holding up the Invert Polarity still, but I know it's devastating here. So they get a Spring Heart and Antuco. I'm gonna flip my coin. I got tails on the coin. Wait, this is bestowed. I should be able to bestow, right? I would just gain control and I could put it on my Party Thrasher. Finally want to flip. But what am I supposed to do about Shifting Woodland, like long term? I don't know. This is their last naughty trigger. They have to pay for some respect. I guess them paying for some respect means they can't Woodland again next turn. Or can they? They can, but not if I kill the Dryad Arbor, I guess. As part of I agree. I'm very pro shifting woodland. This card is quite. So we're gonna make some tokens. So again, I have to kill this Dryad Arbor or Halfling. I guess it's better to kill the Halfling. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I needed to play the one from Exile. I totally meant to. I know they have another Nadu in their hand, too. Yeah, I know killing Dryad's more energy and I can tap an Amulet, but I think it's just really nice to be able to... I guess I can still snare any of their twos. No, you're right. Sorry, I should have killed the Arbor. Tap this. And I've also missed 2 damage by not casting here. Can kill Nadu. Woodland Nadu. Also, Snare can maybe just counter Oracle, too. Was Canister playing the Woodland? I can't remember. Obviously, the Woodland seems nuts. I don't, I don't know how many he's playing. Put a Flips Endurance. Would it be better to wait on the Snap and Exile in case you could never aim it before you cast it? I think it's probably just better to use it now. Might still win. I haven't been looking at what they reveal. I'm too scared. Donk with the 7 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Could we have done attacked and used Thrasher to convoke the Galvanic? No, you can only convoke stuff from Exile, not stuff you flashback with Snapcaster. Oh, surprised that they're fetching here. They fetch another Arbor. Makes sense. It's another Misty, so they're kind of in the same spot. Another Shuko. Yeah, I need to be more... I mean, I just wasn't playing around Shifting Woodland. Shifting Woodland is crazy here. Glad it's still S tier again, huh? Okay, they're Endurancing. But they don't have any more Nadu triggers they can do. But they can maybe... Can they chord for Nantuko? So if they chord for Nantuko, then they hit 2 spells, then we get there. It's gonna be kind of tough for them to... As soon as they just hit that first land, it's kind of hard to keep bricking after that. Also not... They should be able to play it, cast Endurance. Or should cast Thoracle. So they brick on the first one. If this top card is a spell, we probably win. It's a spell. Okay, they're checking. It's good to do. Is this what Eggs was like? I don't know. It was a little bit before my time. So obviously, like, Shifting Woodland was kind of the only reason they were in that game in the first place, but it was very scary that we could be so ahead and then they could just Shifting Woodland and it's all Ogre. So nice to have Flutes or some extra answers to that. I don't think I'm going to bring in hers. I'm going to bring in some Scoldings. The polarities are too expensive on the curve. I think the amulets are pretty hard to tap out for too. Can trim Tamiyo 4. Maybe it's better to play Tamiyo 4 over Thrasher 4. No way we won that. I don't know. It seems like it's like a pretty normal game. Maybe not. Could they have invoked Endurance and equipped Shuka in response? No, because you have to equip Shuka at sorcery speed. Wouldn't Solitude fit perfectly in your Hideaway deck? So this might sound weird. Bear with me. Solitude is not a very good Modern card. It's fine. It's good in control decks. It's good if you have Ephemerate in your deck usually. But you should, like, just because a deck can play Solitude doesn't mean it should. Solitude, just 2-4ing yourself to exile a creature and have them gain life in your aggro deck is not playable. Force of Virtue is way better. You just can't play that many pitch cards. Stab into Flame is really good, I think. We're gonna keep this, probably. Yeah, we had lethal on board. The Snapcaster Galvanic is 4 damage by itself with 2 amulets in play. So I've been saying this for a while. Like Solitude is like the #1 card that people complain about when they complain about Modern that like just doesn't see any play or it sees very little play compared to like how much people complain about it. It's like maybe that wasn't true when Goryo's was really popular, but like it just again isn't that dominant of a card. Halfling's very good. The Boris deck do with a Johnny. I liked the league we played with a Johnny earlier this week. I didn't love the list we played in the challenge today. Rebuilding Hideaway deck with White Threat over Emrakul, so you can pitch it to Force of Virtue. I mean, the thing is, Emrakul is just so much more powerful. Being able to pitch to Force is nice. You would play the White Cavalier, and if you feel like the White Cavalier kills your opponent enough, which it might, because of it might, could be worth it. They have the ring. Okay. Could be worth it, though. How does Tidebinder work against Nadu? So, I'm under the impression that if you Tidebinder a Nadu trigger, everything is turned off. I'm not sure I'm right about that, though. So I have the option to Tidebinder their ring activation, or I can Flame of Anor, and I think I'm leaning towards Flame of Anor since this is going to allow me to flip my Tamiyo. Seems kind of good here. I can bolt Halfling next turn and play Tidebinder next turn. So I think I'm gonna just kill Shuko and draw 2 cards. Maybe kill Wall of Roots, draw 2. It's close. Let's kill the Shuko. Gotta go to discard. No, you need to Tidebinder a trigger from Nadu, not any other creature. Ah, I see. How do we win game 1? We just like countered their Springheart and 2 goes, and they just died. I think there's a really good chance that this blue-red deck is very good against Nadu. I'm not sure. I'm not like saying it is or isn't, but there's a chance that it is, and if that is the case, then that's a very good sign for the health of Modern. Okay. Opponent's down in time. Yeah, it's very funny they're down in time after I DC'd for like 7 minutes or something. So I guess I want to stop them from getting any more halflings down. I think I just pick up the bolt. I could pick up the flame, but my hand's pretty mana intensive. Is the just guy good stun? We didn't play against it. I'm unsure. Nope, that does not work the way you want it to. Yeah, Tommy is so good with Flame of Anor. So I kind of have to bolt the halfling, right? My 3/2s can protect against all these 1/1s. Not gonna lose to Cord by tapping out here, of course. Playing Engineer on Insect. Yeah, so like one thing about Nadu combo is if you can stop them from Springhearting you, it's very hard for them to kill you in one go. I think. I think I've just gotta get some 1-for-1s going. There's a very good chance my opponent has Nadu or Cord as their last card. I'm just gonna Tidebinder the Shuko. Seems okay. I can also start attacking with this Tidebinder maybe, and maybe they only block with 2/1/1s. I get to bolt one. It's not gonna be like bolt just kills 2/1/1s here. Starting to think their last card's a brick though. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on top, but really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna untap, keep this counterspell up, and then fetch my second Thundering Falls in my upkeep. I don't want to get rid of it and lose the Thundering Falls, nor do I want to tap out and do this on end of turn, so do it on upkeep instead. Graveyard this, still draw a land. Should we have fetched before Tidebinding? I don't think it really matters. Okay, I'll just accept 3 or 4 tokens dying. Oh, well, I'll kill Dryad Arbor. Got both Dryad Arbors. Deal. The Shuko's unlocked, but that shouldn't matter too much. Yeah, so I have the theory that the Jeskai deck is good against Nadu because of Wrath of the Skies. I guess I underestimated how relevant Shuko was at doing this, too. Don't think we'll lose to it, but we'll see. You have to draw spells anyways, right? Okay, so we can Snap Flame the Shuko. Let's pick this fight in their upkeep, I think. We can do it after they attack and get to block the insect token, maybe. If we kill the Shuko and we draw 2 cards, it's kind of tough for my opponent to really get me too bad. Maybe I should Flame first. If they have Double Veil, maybe. Don't know if I'm beating Double Veil anyways. I can still bolt this too if they have Double Veil. Die, Shuko, die. Can't bolt? Why could... Oh, the Sylvan Safekeeper, right? I guess I'll just Stone Rain them. Okay, fair enough. Could destroy their One Ring with Flame that we have on the Tidebinder. Yeah, but it's just better to kill Shuko and not... I don't think my Tidebinder's that likely to die. Party time. Tidebinder is indestructible? Tidebinder is not indestructible. I don't. Do you think that Tidebinder steals the indestructible nature from the ring? Because if it did, that would be awesome. It does certainly not do that. Okay, this is nice. I can actually cast a 0 mana Flame of Anor and flip Tamiyo. Or if you're saying the ring is indestructible, it also isn't because of Tidebinder. But oh, ring is indestructible. It's not. I see the confusion though. Okay, draw 2, destroy target artifacts. Okay, the Party Thrasher seems to be the truth. At the time of making this comment, we have determined Party Thrasher to be that guy, that card. Maybe it's better to kill the 5 toughness wall. Kind of want to have more energy for my future amulets, though. And it's really nice that they don't have Shuko in play, nor do they have Nadu in the yard to top deck Shifting Woodland like last game. Now they have Nadu in the yard. So, I mean, they also don't have Shuko. But I'm scared of that Shifting Woodland. Last game we were in a position I felt like I could never lose. I just had all the counter spells up, and then just Woodland copied Nadu with Shuko in play, and we did still win. It was really scary. Oh, right, I boarded that amulet. Okay, I should kill the 5-1. Okay, trophy. We did a lot of trophy predictions today. I haven't trophied today, though. Trophy with Lizard on Party Thrasher. So, this build is looking pretty choice, I think. Is Woodland a reason to run some moon effects inside? It's a reason. I don't know if it's like if it pushes the needle, but you could play moon effects. I've played Arcanist in this archetype in the past. So far, Thrasher seems better. And we faced Boros Energy. I think we actually did. We play against Boros Energy round 1? Played Seal with Thrasher and Flage in the same deck. Think they work in Modern together? I mean, you could play those 2 cards together, sure. Yeah, we also have Flute for Woodland. And Flute is also can name Shuko and Ring against Nadu if they play Ring or Teferi. If they don't. Let's keep Attune the narrative. I think I want to Amulet first, and then I can maybe like use Thrasher to convoke when I flip off the Amulet. I've been really liking Thrasher. Yeah, our setting is homebrew. As we've been playing in this world for like 5 or 6 years. The DM is using Norse mythology though, but Norse mythology works really well for a D&D campaign or Pathfinder campaign, where you get to it's all about different planes of existence in both lores, and so there's like a blend of D&D lore and Norse mythology. Have I worked on Rectus Energy? I've worked on some. I've had some drafts that I get kind of stuck on, like to Nightmare to not to Nightmare. Being a little low on energy enablers and just straight blue-red. Might want to play Party Thrasher in some Rakdos lists too. Can use Cavern in this deck. Cavern doesn't cast Counterspell or Invert Polarity, so it's not playable, I think. So up against Coffers. After some time, Sports still one of your top picks from MH3. I mean, it's been good, yeah. Oh, dude, I get to keep this Counterspell, by the way. I'm not sure if they know that, but I know that I get to keep this Counterspell, so this is just a solid 3-for-1. Although they are making my Canal intertapped. Got me. Has Orzhov midrange been proven bad? I wouldn't say proven bad. It's week 1, It's just no one knows anything, including me. Yes, we can still cast this Counterspell. Amulet is worded very oddly. Could even convoke with it if with the Thrasher if I find a blue creature. They have Village Rites? They have a Not Dead after all. Just Counterspell, I guess. Alright, let's try to Snapcaster Counterspell on the Flame of Anor. Is this New Yogg? It's kind of unclear if this is New Yogg or War and Soul Trader combo. That deck's been pretty good and pretty popular. Not Dead After All kind of implies that it's more of like a Nightmare, War and Soul Trader, maybe Birthing Ritual deck. Where's that group going to be under Exile tabbed? It just kind of hangs out, it seems. This amulet gets better with every read. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Amulet, but maybe just had too much text on for people to understand. Alright, let's go Snap Counterspell the Marionette Apprentice. Got 2 cards in their hand. Not too scary. So let me replay an Amulet. Just just have a counterspell, and I guess I even can Party Thrasher here, and I have sneaky counterspell up because I can convoke the counterspell with the Snapcaster. So my opponent's like, they're tapping, or maybe they know it's up. It kind of looks like I don't have it up. Thrasher seems pretty good. The card may be a sleeper. Any Flood Moons in the sideboard? So I would play Magus the Moon over Flood Moon in this deck. I just don't have a basic mountain, and I don't know why I would really play a basic mountain instead of just playing Magus instead at the moment. But I have plans for Tron and Titan, so I don't really feel like I need the Moon effect on the side at the moment. Yeah, Party Thrasher could be good in Boros Energy. There's like so many options for this deck, but yeah. Yeah, you can cast cards exile with Amulet without Amulet in play. Amulet's very, very good. So it is Soul Trader combo. Okay, so discard the Scalding Tarn first. And I'm going to pick Tamiyo over another Thrasher. I've already drawn... Yeah, I can still go Tamiyo, Flame of Anor. Let's just do this first. Invert Polarity is interesting. So deal damage here, and I can still convoke out Invert Polarity. So this deck is nuts. So I'm gonna go deal 5, draw 2, and then I get to flip Tamiyo, and I just have Invert Polarity up here off the convoke. I can pick up a Flame of Anor next turn. Exclamation point deck for the deck list. Thank you, Moxfield. Love you, Moxfield. Should you have attacked with Tamiyo first? No, I played Tamiyo that turn. Tamiyo does not have haste. We played Harshment or Boros in a challenge today. We went 0-2 in that challenge and did not play against Nadu. They're fetching in response to me, convoking this tuned narrative. I don't know what this is. Takanuma? Endurance? Is not as oppressive as Unstable is. It's early to say. We played against it last round, and it seems like this deck has a good matchup against it. Flame of Anor specifically is very good in this metagame. It kills Shuko, kills Nadu. It kills Nadu while staying up on cards. It kills Amulet, it kills Ral. And, you know, it's also just very good. I was also playing a Jeskai list that we played against, I think, Devoted Druid, Nadu with that deck, and that build seemed kind of a lot worse, but it's early to say. But the Nadu combo decks are good at the moment for sure. But is it the new Hogak? TBD. Play Wizards over Storm tomorrow to beat meta. Yeah, I might play this deck tomorrow. We'll sleep on it. I guess they have Court of Calling. One thing about Nadu that is exacerbating the degree to which people are complaining about it is that it is really annoying to play against. It is like not a fun deck to play against. Dude, I want to win this flip so bad. Okay, I'm going to let the coin decide. It's behind the monitor. We have heads on the coin. I repeat, we have heads on the coin. Heads? We won the flip! All praise the coin. So now I get to tutor up a Snapcaster Mage. And then flashback tune the narrative. Let's go. I would like to take back this Invert Polarity, thank you. Invert Polarity is so sick. Could Rush of Inspiration overfit? You did exclamation point card at the beginning. Let me reread that one. I will take a look. Opponent is playing it out. Am I off Amtraptor because it's not a wizard? You can't play Amtraptor in a counterspell deck, so it's not that I'm off Amtraptor in general. It's just that it's just if I wanted to play, I want to play Flame of Anor. Flame of Anor is very, very good at the moment. It's also not a wizard, but you just can't. Raptor's just not a card that goes in this deck, and that's okay. Living In has been pretty popular, NG, but yeah, most people are brewing at the moment. Rush of Inspiration, 5 mana. Oh no. Oh, it's the energy land. That land enters tapped. I think the tap ones just kind of suck, but it could be okay. Could have cast Bolt last turn. Got back with Tamiyo. Could last turn. Well, my opponent could also concede at any time. This will get demoralized. All right, we'll see if they concede. Will they let me flip my coin? We're gonna choose heads again. Aw. Doesn't Tamiyo make the cut in the second set of Thrasher? We have 4 Tamiyo in the deck, y'all. We have 4 of each. It's awesome to have 2 wizards that cost less than 3 mana that you can curve into Flame of Anor. It's like, amazing. Never been able to do this before. Okay, Hearse's Flute, Scolding, Tidebinder probably. Dress downs are probably okay. Think I'm cutting. I mean, amulets are really good. It's just kind of hard to tap out for them on the draw. We're bringing in a lot of other 2-mana artifacts. So I guess I can also cut some Tune the Narratives. I can play like 1 Invert Polarity, 1 or 2 amulets, or 1 amulet, 1 dress down, or 2 dress down. Let's do 2 dress down. Although if this is Yogg, I don't know. Let's do 1/1. I guess my ability to win the game is kind of low. With only 1 amulet. But they'll probably just concede. We have Hearse. Hearse can also win. Okay. How broken would Discharge win if it's any target? I mean, probably ban-worthy, to be honest. Is Tune the Narrative so much better than Preordain in our Energy Shell deck? I think so, yeah. It's basically, if you have an amulet, Tune the Narrative is 1 mana, draw 2. And it also lets you kill Nadu a lot easier with your Galvanic Discharge, which is really important. Yeah, maybe I should keep in some Tune the Narratives. I think Flute's really good. It's really awesome to, like, a lot of times you don't have to guess. Like, if you're bringing against 4-color, you can, like, respond to a Wrenn and 6 to Fairy or Ring, whatever they play, and name whatever they cast. Yeah, opponent's on a Mold of 5. Yeah, 1/4. Huge part of the reason why we're playing the card. Thrasher's been good. I've been liking Thrasher. I think the card's maybe a sleeper. After this league, I like Thrasher so much that I want to start playing Thrasher in a lot more decks, potentially. I like Mingu's Frog deck. That looked good. Frog's been a good card. Necrogoyf has been good. Am I doing deck techs later streams? I don't know. I've been kind of enjoying the no deck tech life, I'm going to be honest. Things have also I've just been so hectic and busy this week. It's been kind of good to have them off. I'll probably turn them back on at some point, but I don't know when. We'll see. Yeah, Thrasher and Inti. You could do you could play Thrasher in a like mono red Asmo deck with Inti maybe. Should you play Thrust and Prowess with Slickshot as another free spell? I've played Thrust and Prowess. It's never a free spell. It costs green at most, but at least. But it's fun. It can be good. To get a lot better with the plot cards could actually be correct to go back to Thrust because like and play like Highway Robbery too. Sorry, I'm talking about texting some dinner plans. I'm gonna just go to Snapcaster Mage. I think I need the land. Then I think we're just going to attack the token. Protect the Grist. Which I think they're gonna basically always just let the damage happen. I try Bear to Life Phoenix. We played Bear to Life Phoenix a lot during the paper playtesting with Young Dingo. I haven't playtested it since. Sorry about that. Is Layla not good enough? Layla, I think, is bad. I've played some Layla. I have felt like she has been bad basically every time I've cast the card. Yeah, and also not a wizard. Goodbye, Party Thrasher. We hardly knew ye. I don't have the frog avatar on this account. I don't know how to get it either. Bowmaster would be really good here. Thank you, Cursed ADN. Try Layla and Mintiasmo deck. Yeah, I mean maybe Layla's like good with Party Thrasher. Like Party Thrasher is really good. There's synergy there with Layla. This would be like, you know, this would be a pretty different build of the deck. What was the reason for killing the ignoble son of the Grist? Oh, the Grist had 4 loyalty, and I didn't have the extra energy to kill the Grist. To try Layla and Intiasmo deck. Yeah, maybe it could be good. It was at 3 I attacked it. Well, that's why I didn't, but I was wrong. I've been streaming 8 hours. You wanted to know why. It's okay. But, I do miss my Party Thrasher. Opponent. Will you try some high mana value spells with Thrasher? I mean, I might play like the Monk, the MDFC Monk with it. Although I guess you can't convoke that one. Never mind. I don't know. Maybe Shatter Skull Smashing. Okay, let me, I think, just counterspell this Bowmaster. Yeah, this deck has been good at Maz. I'd recommend looking into it. Flame of Anor is super good against the Nadu deck, and it's really good against Ruby Storm too. So if you don't want to play one of those, this seems to be a good one to be on at the moment. So let's snap Flame. I think it seems right to go after the Grist, because I could just Flame of Anor the Voidwalker. Kind of scary if they have a Not Dead After All for next turn. Party Thrasher also, I think, has been his big sleeper. This card has been awesome. This league, it's first league with it. 4 cards in hand over there. Dude, expansion explosion with Party Thrasher. Card is just like, it's a 1/4. It can provide a good amount of mana and a ton of card selection. It's pretty sick. My life total is probably low enough for me to counter this. Okay, no 1 mana spells to flash back, so we'll just play a Thundering Falls. Tamiyo seems a good, like, better than the average draw, I guess. I'll trade Snapcaster for Insect also. Thrasher wants you to play Empty the Warrens in Storm. I was thinking about playing Empty the Warrens and having Warren Soul Trader and the 1 mana Skirk Prospector alongside Empty the Warrens. Yeah, Party Thrasher with NT seems like that seems like a good place to start. Maybe also Layla, but Layla has been pretty bad so far, so I'm not like dying to play Layla. Laylia. Too bad my Flame of Anor got exiled. Reckon if I'm interested in playing more synergy, worth the place of a Johnny or just a couple. I think a Johnny's really, really good in that deck. I don't know that you want to play 4, but playing 4 seems pretty reasonable. So my opponent evokes a Grief, pitching a Warren Soul Trader. If they have I guess I need to on F6, because if they had an Undying Effect, I'd want to flash in a Snappy. They don't have it, though. Ooh, Virtue of Courage kind of seems perfect for the Thrasher deck. Great suggestion. Into it. I'll work on it. We'll work on it. Tomorrow we're going to play a challenge. I don't know exactly what the stream structure will look like. No stream Sunday. Back to the grindstone Monday. So I could snap Counterspell, or I could just Otawara this back. I'll just snap Counterspell. I kind of want to Otawara the Snapcaster. Yeah, deck's been feeling really good. We beat Nadu, which is good too. 2-0 Nadu. Shaving. Do you think this deck has too many Counterspell, Thrasher, and Amulet? No, Amulet is good with counterspells. You can cast counterspells off Amulet forever. There's not really much tension. And with Thrasher, it's like if you hit 2 counterspells, it's bad, but that's kind of like the only situation. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of okay where if you don't hit exactly 2 counterspells, you just take the other card. But I think Spell Snare is incredibly good in this metagame. Like just every deck is playing a million twos, so if I'm playing these blue interactive decks, I'm playing like minimum 2 Spell Snares. And if things get even more inbred, I could even go up to more. Just hold up mana here. Put a second lens. They mull to 5. And they cast all these cards. Ones. If I exile Synchronous Super from Amulet or Thrasher, can I use it as a land? I think you can, but I'm not sure. I would call your local judge. I think Tamiyo's last ability is downside. The flipping Tamiyo has been pretty nice, I think. Just in case you were wondering, you can Stern Scolding a Grist. I've been actually liking the flip side of Tamiyo more. Do you think it's still viable? I think Boros is going to be reasonable if the metagame gets more grindy. If it's really combo focused like it has been, it'll be worse. And you could maybe adjust the build for that, but I don't want to like have you buy the deck with with that in mind. Interested in Heliod? Yeah, I mean, I want to play Brute Scale, and then Guide of Souls is pretty good. Yeah, I think the flip side's pretty underrated, especially if you can flip it fast. Also, flipping Tamiyo with Flame of Anor on turn 3 has been crazy because they just don't have a board, or like you just kill their thing and then you have the Planeswalker. It's been pretty nice. Okay, resolves. I think Laboratory is just too bad in your Counterspell Invert Polarity deck. If you didn't play Invert Polarity, the Lab would be better, but Lab is also just like way too win more. It's super fun. It's like a super fun card to play. It's the kind of card that you want to be good more than is good. Oh, I guess I should have done this the other way so the discharge goes to the yard. Game has been over for a little bit though. And it's party time. I think I'm going to flip the Tamiyo. Is Canal not a liability? It's more controlling as a deck, so snap counter, so on. Seems like tap 4 mana is a little awkward sometimes. Sometimes, but also your life total matters enough, I think. I think it's correct to play the Canals. Like you curve out at 3 and Burn and Prowess are both pretty popular. But I don't feel like so passionately about it to tell you that you have to play it. Okay, my opponent with no legal plays. Okay, there we go. I don't think Warren Soul Trader is very good. Okay, although I don't know how to spell Chthonian. I didn't graduate college, but that one's a pretty tough one to spell. Opponent is maybe intentionally stalling a little bit here. Hard to say. It's kind of rare people take this long on game actions with no available plays this long into a match, you know what I mean? They're dead. Well, you know, have to spend a couple turns attacking. Is Tamiyo better, Jace? Yes, much, much better. The difference between 1-mana threats and 2-mana threats in Modern is just everything. Baby Jace also one like Baby Jace like isn't even playable anymore, so and Tamiyo's very good. Okay, well, it took some time, but we're 4-0. Show prediction. Maybe maybe it's not that this is a finance stream, but Party Thrasher has looked really good, and maybe a sleeper. I have still not bought any MH3 cards, nor plan to. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Kind of hoping they kill my Tamiyo, and I could just go second Tamiyo, Surveil land on turn 2. What's the reason behind 2 Snare on Pierce, Snare, Consign slot? I think Consign is not a main deckable card, especially if you don't have Lotus Field or Flage in your deck. Okay, maybe getting my wish. This might be Mill. And very plainly put, Graver this so Snapcaster can get a value. My price is high again, so I think this is Mill. How is the Invert? I think Invert Polarity is good. Not taking word calls this time. It's been too long a stream. Thoughtsseizing me. I cannot remember. Thoughtseize is probably not Mill. I remember playing against an opponent who was taking a calm. But yes, Snare is just very good. It just counters, like, it counters, there's a lot of creatures to counter it with the Nadu deck, countering the Nantuko card, really, really good. Card is, I think, just well positioned. Okay, opponent's not taking work calls, but they are keeping one-landers. Just gonna main phase Snap, tune the narrative. Maybe flip Tamiyo next turn. Okay, for as long as that last match was. This one was pretty short. Okay, so let's bring in the Scoldings against the Bowmasters. Anything else? They're not Mill, right? I don't think anybody's been watching all day or remembers playing against this opponent. I guess I could find out what they're playing. Okay, so my opponent's name is Manny. Okay, I don't think I played against this person today. I don't see my match history. Looking into yesterday. There we go. They were playing Reef Ephemerate. Were they playing Esper? I was playing Collector's Cage. Alright, I'm going to assume this is a different thing. So I think I'm just going to bring in these Stern Scoldings. I'm going to go down on Invert Polarities and click Submit. It is funny how some chatters remember better, but I do appreciate it while they're in. My memory is not very good. Yeah, Tamiyo plus Flame is feeling really, really nuts. Takes the Scolding. Thinking about main phasing a Bowmaster, maybe. Is Boros or Marty mid-range better, you reckon? It's a bit early to say. One thing is Party Thrasher has been so good. I really want to try playing this card in a red-based mid-range deck, so we need to do some more work. I know I've got these counter spells, but I think I probably shouldn't just jam the Thrasher into the open mana. Generally think it's best to try to flip Tamiyo as quick as possible. Not at cost of you needing to not be able to deploy your spells on time. So the Death Shadow, if they fetch shock, will just be a 3/3. So I'm just gonna snap off this counter, I guess. So like it's really good to like just play Tamiyo, make some clues, and then interact with your opponent, and then flip when it's a bit more convenient, once you're a bit more stable. Has been my experience. But like what's great about this deck is if you Flame of Anor and like kill your opponent's thing, draw 2 cards with Tamiyo in play. If you do that main phase because you drew a card this turn, you can just flip Tamiyo, and that has felt really, really, really strong so far. She's not the wizard on the other side, but yeah, she's not. So keep that in mind. I think this is a decent deck. I mean, this is our first league, and we're 4-0 up a game, so at least decent. Yeah. Thrasher's been really good. Flame of Anor seems super well positioned. Eddie with the Twitch Prime, thank you. Let this go. Got too many removal spells in hand to care that much about it. After playing this a while, what do you think of the energy package versus delirium package? So one thing about the delirium package is in my mind, it's 16 cards. It's DRC, Unholy Heat, Expressive Iteration, Bauble, versus 12 cards of Discharge, Tune the Narrative, and Discharge, Tune the Narrative, and Amulet. Amulet's better than Iteration, which is crazy to say, I know, but it is better. Discharge is comparable to Heat. It's like it deals less damage, but it gives you a resource left over a lot of times, so it's kind of interesting. And then Tune is worse than other stuff, but you at least get the you need to play that card with these cards, I think. But it's been good. Just kind of been word good, and then because this deck needs to play a higher land count than Murktide, like we're playing 21, I think. Because we need to play a higher land count than Murktide, it's important for this package of Delirium versus Energy to be less cards, because there's kind of not room. Maybe I should counter that, because if they have Null Drifter, it's like they kind of wreck me. How essential is a Johnny? I wouldn't say super essential, but a Johnny is a good card in the deck, and I would recommend playing it, but it's not mandatory. You can play something else. Is it too soon? I could say Flares are not that good. I think it's too soon. Like Flare was really good in my Fair Nadu deck. That card was phenomenal there. There's even, again, a good chance that like that Fair Nadu deck comes back around, we work on it, get tuned, and that's like better than combo Nadu. Let's see, so Channeler so with Channeler you still go with Delirium to accompany. Yeah, if you play Channeler, you cut the energy package. Channeler is part of the energy package. You need it as like a win con. Like this Unstable Amulet is a win con, and Channeler is a win con. Without it, you kind of don't have enough. Okay, thankfully no Null Drifter there. I'll discard a Bolt, I guess. Just take a land. And then don't think I'm attacking. Does Tamiyo reach it $2? I don't like to comment on card prices. I can tell you if cards are good. I can tell you if they're bad. I'm not planning on buying any MH3 cards for the foreseeable future. And Modern Horizons cards are usually kind of expensive. How'd I win game 1 in 1 minute? They kept a 1-lander. Graveyard's a Murktide. Any standout green flare decks? So when I was doing my paper testing, I had a green flare deck that was playing Karn. It was good, and I liked it. And this week has just been so busy. I haven't played that deck on stream yet. I haven't played the advanced fair deck on stream yet, and outside of the paper testing. And I still need to get to those, and it's just been busy. So second Murktide probably here. So I got second Counterspell. Do they have a Counterspell? Nope, thankfully. And so nice, my Thrasher is going to be like awesome card selection tool here, card selection up the falls. I guess I keep this and then respond to the Thrasher by casting it. Then we'll discard the Snare. Find Unstable Amulet, which is certainly the perfect hit here. Don't think I'm convoking. We have 6 energy. Their Death Shadow deck, I think I'm still just not attacking. Because like if they play Shadow, I wouldn't be able to bolt it. So I don't want to discard this amulet. We just, there's another amulet there? How could I be so lucky? It's kind of cool how, like, when you have one amulet, it's just a great card draw spell. When you have multiple amulets, they just die. Okay, that's fine. I guess if I had convoked, we could have played around Dispute. Discharge is so good. Just, like, kill a creature, draw a card in the spot. So they got 2 cards in their hand. They did draw Shadow. See how well we can punish that. Counterspell. Spirebluff Canal. I guess I'm going to discard the Flame. Jinji, thanks for the raid. Appreciate you, homie. We are probably about to 5-0 this league with Party Thrasher, which has been a delight to play so far. I could lose to Counterspell plus Dress Down in this spot, but seems kind of narrow. I guess I could lose to Bowmaster plus Counterspell, depending on, like, because, like, I get this puts them to 1. Yeah, Thrasher has been great. Thrasher has been really good. If you know, one takeaway from this is like Flame of Anor is super well positioned. Party Thrasher is a great modern card that is slept on. These are my two impressions from this league. Don't summon it. Well, at least I have to summon 2 Xaxes here. Okay, I have no blocks. If you hold priority and counterspell your own spell, I don't have a spell to counter, but yeah, if I find something. So this is not from exile. So let's see what this amulet defines. Any spell wins the game. Not that one. Sorry. Not any spell, I guess. Okay, exile, tune the narrative. Then we go cast, tune the narrative. Counterspell, our tune the narrative. And Spell Snare, our counterspell. That does? Did it? But something has to go on the stack, right? Budget replacement for Tamiyo's? Ragavans. They'll be $0 soon. No, Tamiyo's really important. It's like, I don't know if I would play this deck without Tamiyo. You need the wizards. Okay, trophied our first league with Lizard Wizards. Then now I might play this deck at the challenge tomorrow. It's pretty sick. Sleep on it between Storm. Maybe go down and invert polarity. 3 is, I felt like I maybe had one too many 3 drops, but it was nice. Party Thrasher really feels like it ties the whole thing together compared to like what me and Dingo had. I would definitely not play less than 4 flame. How could you fit Tishana deck is enough to play 12 wizards? 12 is like more than enough, honestly. I have Tidebinder on the side, but you could play like 1 over the 3rd invert polarity maybe. Yeah, I think it's like a good starting point. A good chance I'll sleep on it and want to play it in the challenge tomorrow. But I'm late.